guys, welcome back to the video. If you guys are here, in this video I'm going to be talking about something that has been on my mind for quite long. I wanted to release this type of video for 1 year, or let's say 1.5 years. I have been procrastinating. I'm not gonna lie, it's been on my plate for quite long. Anyways, so I believe I titled this video how to 10x your confidence, or basically how to build self-esteem and become more confident in yourself. I believe personally that confidence can be your superpower, and moreover I believe that this is the most important quality you can build as a person, and especially as a man. Now, I'm not trying to be sexist, but anyways, especially as a man, because sometimes you'll have to take the lead and make other people follow you. So let's start this video. Take a deep breath. So confidence is such a tricky thing that not a lot of people understand what this really is. Now in this video I'm going to be talking about a couple of things that will make you more confident, and I believe if you implement them and if you try to use them in your life, you will become more confident and you'll just basically build more self-esteem in yourself. So the first thing that you really want to, the first thing that you have to start off with is you just have to realize in your mind that confidence is here, alright? So the first thing that I want you to remember is nobody gives a F to what you think, to what you do, to what you say. Alright, nobody gives an F. I want you to imagine the situation. Let's say you're in Monaco, Monte Carlo, right? Whatever. And you see a Maserati or a Ferrari, doesn't matter. You see that beautiful car. What do you think? The question here pops up, like, the question is, what do you think about that situation? Do you really think about that person? Like, do you think, I guess that person is hardworking, or I'd like to get to know him, or that person, like, you don't really think about that person, would you? The question here is, do you think about the car or the person? And I'm pretty sure you think about the car. I'm pretty sure you're gonna think like this: I like that car, I want the same type of car for myself in the future, or maybe I want to get that in my 30s, in my 40s, something like this. What I'm trying to say here is that even if you see something ridiculously good or ridiculously bad, right? Something that's not really normal, which, like, out of scale, you don't really think about the person. You think about the object, you think about the situation, and most importantly, you think about yourself. That's the most important thing you have to realize. Now, if you see that car, you'll think, I want the same car for myself in the future, and like, this is funny because we all think that people think about us, right? If you're walking on the streets and, I don't know, you did something crazy, you did something weird, we all tend to freak out and worry about what other people think about us. The fact of the matter is that people don't really think about you, they think about themselves. Yes, they might think that person's weird, but then they'll get on with their day and they'll forget about you. So what I'm trying to say is that even if you think other people think about you, deep down they don't really care. I know this is harsh, but sometimes truth is harsh. You gotta accept it, or this gonna be against you. Alright? So the first thing that I want you to realize and remember is that nobody gives an F about you, about your thoughts, about your words, about what you say. Alright? People care about themselves, and we are pretty egoistic creatures, so you have to accept it as soon as possible. Now, once we are past that, there's another thing that I think, or I believe, all men, and especially just young people, younger generation, because, well, we're so caught up in this technology age with smartphones, with advertisements, with videos, photos, a lot of things that we constantly get bombarded, and we don't really have face-to-face interactions. Now, what happens when you meet with people face-to-face, alright? Person, people, a lot of, like, group of people, what happens is you'll have a first impression, you'll have something that will gravitate people towards you, so you gotta be magnetic, you gotta be somehow energetic and enthusiastic to make people like you, right? So one of the things that I can guarantee that you will need in your life is to work on your physique. Now, I don't care if it's money, if it's looks, if it's whatever it is, especially if you're a male, the first thing that you have to work on is your body, is your physique. Now, excuse me, let's hydrate sometimes. The first thing that you gotta work on is your physique. This is such a fundamental step that a lot of people overlook, but I used to be pretty insecure about my physique before, and really I used to be shy. That was one of the reasons why I was not confident before, why I didn't have any charisma, any magnetic skills to attract people to my life. So once I started taking care of my body, once I started to once I started doing sports regularly, going to gym, building a better body for myself, I realized that this is such an important way. This is such a simple and important therapy for people trying to level up their game, trying to level up their lives, and just to enhance themselves. That it's often overlooked, and people don't give enough credits for that. Now, as I started working out, as I started building better body, it just makes you feel good. If you feel good about yourself, you feel good about your environment, and you just become naturally more gravitating. Like, you become more confident. As simple as that. Now, scientifically, I guess if I'm not mistaken, when you're doing, let's say, workout, when you're lifting weights or when you're doing some fitness stuff, four hormones of happiness are released: endorphins, dopamines, and a couple of others that I don't really remember. Like, when you release those hormones, you're gonna be happy anyways. You're gonna be confident anyways, right? This is such a simple method that a lot of people overlook. And another thing is, if you want to present yourself good in this world, now I think Forbes has done a study where they have identified that top CEOs or top management people are usually good looking, or they have, let's say, better height, or they're just more good looking. Now, I'm not trying to shelf you. I'm not trying to say that you gotta work on your looks and this is the most important thing, but you get the idea. Looks are important, and your body is the first thing when it comes to building confidence. So definitely, if you wanna build confidence, you gotta start off with body. That's the most important thing that you can do nowadays. Alright, so the last thing that I'm gonna talk about today is, if you want to build true confidence, you gotta have an interesting life. Alright, sounds cliche, I know, but hear me out right now. What do you think about people who are focused on their passions and their highest purpose? You usually think usually think of those people as attractive, right? For example, let's say I'm an NBA player. Just imagine, and I want to play in a top league or something like that. I have my goal. I have something to thrive for, or strive for. Pardon my English, but anyways, I have something that I really want to achieve, right? So I have a crazy roller coaster of life, success, failure. Like, it's something that really makes other people interested in you, and they want to just naturally be with you. It makes them naturally gravitate towards you. Now, having an interesting life will make you more confident because other people will see you as a person of higher value. Now, when it comes to female and male dynamics, you gotta make yourself a higher value person. If you're trying to date a better person, or if you're not just gravitate towards better, more successful, more, let's say, just better people, you gotta make yourself better, right? This sounds so simple, but I think the reason why a lot of people overlook this is because it's so simple. Now, having an interesting life is one of the things that you can do right now, today, in this moment, to make yourself more attractive to other people, and just to have more self-esteem in yourself. Imagine you're someone that just sits at home 24/7 and drinks beer or does nothing at all. I'm exaggerating sometimes, but bear with me. Would you really think that females will be or would be attracted to you? I highly doubt that. If you have something going on in your life, a work, business, side hustle, sports, hobbies, a lot of things, like, people will naturally gravitate towards you. That's just a fact. So what I'm trying to say is that when you start doing interesting things, when you start doing things that will make people attracted to you, you become more confident. It gives you more self-esteem, and you just have better self-awareness of yourself, who you are, and where you're going in this life. From my personal experience, I can say that when I was a teenager, I used to travel with, let's say, to cultural festivals, and they just made me more, I would say, more appealing to people, because I had seen a couple of places. I had a few friends from other countries, and it was just interesting for other people to get to know me. Or when I was 18, I moved out of my home country and I started education in another country. So I just basically went abroad at the age of 18, and then I had interesting stories to tell people. And every time I had interactions with other people, they kind of felt curious about my life and curious about my journey and curious about my story. These things, little by little, gave me more confidence in myself and self-esteem that overall built who I am today, nowadays. Now, if you're still struggling with confidence, there are a bunch of ways to get this, but I believe if you do these 3 things that I talked about in this video, not giving an F to what people think, working on your body, fitness, and then lastly your, let's say, having an interesting life. If you do only these 3 things, I guarantee you pretty much that everyone in your life will at least be interested in you, and it will make you more confident. You will just have a better self-esteem. And remember, having self-esteem and confidence in yourself is one of the best qualities you can build, especially in this day and age when you have just a digital world where you don't really interact with people face to face, and you just gotta text them and call them and all of this bunch of stuff which are connected to media, social networks. And lastly, it's also important because, well, having confidence makes you a better leader. I just genuinely think that a lot of guys, including me and including you watching this video, we all should work on confidence. We all should become more confident and build a better version of ourselves. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content just like this. I'm gonna be releasing more videos pretty soon, so I want you to stay tuned and see you in the next video. By the way, if you haven't checked out my free ebook, which is called Hard Gainer's Playbook, it is down in the description. The first link is gonna take you to my book, which is free. Inside I talk about nutrition and training plan for skinny guys or guys who have very fast metabolism and are struggling to build a better body in terms of, let's say, muscle mass and just a better looking body. Yeah, so if you want that, you can go to my book, check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Big Geyser signing out. See you.